Imagine you and probably your family wondering, where am I going to eat today? Where are we going to be eating today? And of course, as a family, when you want to eat something, you want to make sure that it's good, healthy for the family, and even family friendly for the family, even for your pockets, because eating a meal shouldn't require you to break the bank. So, where might you just go to? Family Eats just might be your answer, where it's great food for everyone. Come and enjoy with us. Sometimes when starting up a business, you try to think, "Ooh, what can I try to get? Who should I cater to?" And all these sort of questions when trying to start a business. But with Everyone Eats, where it's great eats for everyone, we decided to manage to make it into a family business type. Our business started in 2004, so our business is fairly still new. And it's a company we originated in Georgia, somewhere in Atlanta, to get as much people to cater to as possible. Now, we have also been rewarded as a fast growing consultant company in the nation, which is still surprising since it's still fairly new. Our company is located in Gwinnett and mainly in Douglasville, Georgia. Our company has also worked all around the nation, so you should probably be able to see us. Our company has also worked with big time companies such as Applebee's and Olive Garden, and with more with our efficient traffic staining. Also, we worked with Crackle Barrel with implementing a social media campaign. We offer our clients with fair, transparent pricing to ensure the best deal for our restaurant. We also help our clients smoothly transition into a new age of dining, which is also something that people want to do. They don't sometimes want to be eating the same thing, so we offer a new experiment for our customers. We also help our clients implement a new technology and training techniques so that our staffs can be easily able to complete their jobs. Hello, my name is Daniel Walters, and I am the consulting manager of this very fine establishment of Everyone Eats, where it's great eats for everyone. I have been working here since the start of the company in 2014, so about 8 years now. I have led the company in many different aspects and ways, such as the social media team. That's one way. Another way is I have managed where our locations were going to be in Georgia, two of them, and I manage the finances in our company. But mostly, I manage the social media sites to try to figure out where we can do better as a company. I look at the reviews, good and bad review, and I see it as a way if we can make our establishment even better. Because without our customers and the people in it, we wouldn't be even here. So it's very important to even understand where the good and the bad reviews come from so you can make sure that they do better, because no restaurant is perfect and there's always ways where we can even improve. So we wouldn't even be able to function without them. And also, starting up new restaurants can be challenging because of other competing restaurants. So we always like to hear where we are doing well and where we can improve it to do a great job for you and everyone else that comes here. Sometimes when starting up a business, you try to think, "Ooh, what can I try to get? Who should I cater to?" And all these sort of questions when trying to start a business. But with Everyone Eats, where it's great eats for everyone, we decided to manage to make it into a family business type. Our business started in 2004, so our business is fairly still new. And it's a company we originated in Georgia, somewhere in Atlanta, to get as much people to cater to as possible. Now, we have also been rewarded as a fast growing consultant company in the nation, which is still surprising since it's still fairly new. Our company is located in Gwinnett and mainly in Douglasville, Georgia. Our company has also worked all around the nation, so you should probably be able to see us. Our company has also worked with big time companies such as Applebee's and Olive Garden, and with more with our efficient traffic staining. Also, we worked with Crackle Barrel with implementing a social media campaign. We offer our clients with fair, transparent pricing to ensure the best deal for our restaurant. We also help our clients smoothly transition into a new age of dining, which is also something that people want to do. They don't sometimes want to be eating the same thing, so we offer a new experiment for our customers. We also help our clients implement a new technology and training techniques so that our staffs can be easily able to complete their jobs. Some of the strengths, as included before, is that we do reservations so that you can choose a date that is very convenient for you. Since we know that time and the day is also important to you, so it's good for your convenience that you can choose a date so that you don't have to worry about whether it's that it won't be seated. So just the time for you. Just like this one lady in this one review, she was talking about how she did a reservation for a graduation party and how the service was outstanding and quick. This is very vital to a restaurant because having good service and fast service is important to both the customer and the workers. If you give out bad service and slow service, then there'd be no point of even trying to do reservations since it was slow in the first place. She, as I said, it also shows that she threw a graduation party, which shows that it can be family friendly too, and not just an event type of thing where you go for special occasions. It's a place where you can sit down, enjoy your food together. Another good thing about Toast on Lennox is that the menu is very accommodating to other people. We know that sometimes people can't choose certain things because of health reasons or they just don't like certain things that's on the menu. So it's a good idea to have a variety of things. As one person said in this other review where she was worried because when she first looked at it, it might look like something that she might not be able to enjoy because she was vegan. But when she got there and saw the menu, it was very much something that she could enjoy. So this restaurant also gives off a very good aspect of don't judge a book by its cover. Because we know sometimes when choosing new restaurants, we may not like it, we may be picky, we may be even a little hostile towards that restaurant. But it shows that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and it shows that it was very accommodating to her variety taste. Now, another good thing about this restaurant is the food. Now, usually when people make reviews, it's either a bad one, and if it's a good one, they just kind of show it and they don't write reviews to show that it's good. They just show up again, which is a good thing. But this person had talked about how great it was and how they planned to come back when it wasn't busy. Now, to me, that's a tip to other people to let them know that, hey, this is a good time to come back. And it also shows a way to tell, he told them to accommodate their schedule because it's good so that you can show up at a time that's convenient for you. Hello, my name is Daniel Walters, and I am the consulting manager of this very fine establishment of Everyone Eats, where it's great eats for everyone. I have been working here since the start of the company in 2014, so about 8 years now. I have led the company in many different aspects and ways, such as the social media team. That's one way. Another way is I have managed where our locations were going to be in Georgia, 2 of them, and I manage the finances in our company. But mostly, I manage the social media sites to try to figure out where we can do better as a company. I look at the reviews, good and bad review, and I see it as a way if we can make our establishment even better because without our customers and the people in it, we wouldn't be even here. So it's very important to even understand where the good and the bad reviews come from so you can make sure that they do better because no restaurant is perfect and there's always ways where we can even improve. So we wouldn't even be able to function without them. And also, starting up new restaurants can be challenging because of other competing restaurants. So we always like to hear where we are doing well and where we can prove it to do a great job for you and everyone else that comes here. Another weakness that the restaurant has is that it's very important to make reservations in this place. You can do a walk-in, but the wait time might not be very appropriate for you. And sometimes, unfortunately, the worst case, you may not even be seated in this restaurant because of how many people have made their reservations in advance. And you sometimes, when you go to your everyday restaurants, like other competitors like IHOP, you can get a spot very simple, quick, and easy. So you get the idea that when you walk into a place, you should be able to sit down, enjoy your food, and leave. So we shouldn't be standing around as you're hungry, waiting, hoping to get a spot. Then they come to you and tell you that you can't be seated because there's no reservations available. So time is important to these customers, so it's very good in this restaurant and business establishment to make your reservations, as this one person in the comment pointed out. Another weakness is that sometimes the workers can't give you an estimated time on waiting due to the fact that how many people are waiting. And in this review, they felt like the workers were unprofessional and showing up no concern to what was happening to them. And we know that could be a problem when you're trying to vent a reason, worker or any sort of boss, and the other employees, they don't take it seriously. And the worst case happened in this review again is the fact that they left a bad review and also they went to a different restaurant. So other people can see it as the restaurant did not get whatever business from this person, and it could show that, and it could give off the impression that they don't really care, and it could be very problematic for this restaurant. So, yeah. Now, some of the opportunities that this restaurant has, and even some recommendations that some people have left, is that it is very important to do reservations in this establishment, at this restaurant. One, because as stated before many times, sometimes when you get to a restaurant, you do not want to be waiting when you are trying to eat. Of course, as I mentioned, time is very important for people. So when you go here, the one good thing about this is that when you do your reservation, the time that you want, because we accommodate for your time, is you get that time. So from the time you are there, from the time you leave, is what you scheduled. And that is one thing that is very important, because time is important for everyone. You shouldn't be waiting or holding somebody up for other important things. So when making reservations, it's very vital because it helps out everyone. We know what time and place the customer is going to be there, the time they're going to leave, so that you can get the next set rolling in easy and comfortable for everybody. Another one of the opportunities that I would make is that to make sure that the restaurant gets to confirm all their reservations. Now, sometimes when you confirm this reservation, it will avoid any sort of confusion, such as wait times and other mishaps that might happen coming to this restaurant. Now, of course, when you do this, some days I would make sure that you could do reservations and some days you can do walk-ins, because when you do reservations overall, the walk-in people might never get to sit down, or they may have to just wait even longer times. So to avoid that, you can do that by not making sure that they don't lose their seats or to have to wait in long lines. Because when it comes to food, no one should be waiting in a long line just to get simple food. So the best way to avoid that is to make some days reservations and some days walk-ins, so that there's no confusions for anyone on anybody's part. Another opportunity is that there should be training down for all employees so that the service there can be on par with any of the other competitions. So we know when you start a restaurant or have a restaurant business, you have to train your employees, but in my opinion, I feel like the best way is to train your employees on helping people and serving people and just to be hospitable, so that you can know how they can handle any sort of situations. Just like in the past reviews, they felt like some of the employees were mean or unwelcoming, unconcerning of what was going on around them. So to help this and to make sure that you stay ahead of all your other competitors, it would be good to make sure that they get training in helping people and to be hospitable. When dealing with restaurants, there's always going to be competition, but there's something that all restaurants have to make sure is that they do not would compromise and give competition on the edge. Just like in this one review, they said that their table was given away to them, which is very unique to happen since this is a restaurant that is best done when you save a reservation. That can honestly be a devastating blow to a restaurant, especially leaving it in a review, because it could be passed around like crazy and then there would be nothing the restaurant would be able to do about it. And it would be also be a bad idea that it would be to set a reservation for them the next time because it was given away to the highest bidder, When something like this happens, it would give away to the competition a better chance because places like IHOP and Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles don't have reservations. You can just go in, sit down, but unlike Toast Lennox, it is better to save it reserved in the seat. Now, as one threat, as many other competing restaurants may have fast food like DoorDash or Uber Eats or Postmates, the one thing that could become a posing threat to this restaurant is that when the food gets to them, it may not be exactly how it is when you sit down at a restaurant. The time it takes to get there, you have to think about the time it makes to make the food, and sometimes the food may even just sit out. So this customer mentioned that the food wasn't very good. It was lacking flavor, and it was just, even the mac and cheese was disgusting. And sometimes they even complained about the grease, as we can clearly see. So obviously, you could see it as a threat because other restaurants, they may have a way to do it better, which can be problematic for Toast on Lennox. Another threat is that this place is a bit small. Because they do a lot of reservations and not that much walk-ins, it's small. So the place can get very crowded very easily. And with people waiting, it's also not going to have much parking to offer. And sometimes when you go to restaurants, people they don't want to have to pay for parking and then eventually have to pay for their meal as well. So it could turn out to be as a favor as competition once again, because places like IHOP and Roscoe's and Chickens and Waffles, they have big buildings that can fit and can accommodate a lot of people, like big families, and spacious, and has parking to offer. Because who wants to wait, instead of waiting in line for a meal, you have to wait in line to find parking. Now that's something that would give competition to the edge. Here is our SWOT analysis with our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. With some of our strengths, we got a different variety of food at the Toast on Lennox. There's many different ways you can do reservations, and it's a nice place to hear music, something that many others don't be able to do. Now, of course, as I stated before, when there's strengths, there's also weaknesses in restaurants. There's sometimes no good wait time with that, and it could be a problem for some people. Sometimes there could be, with some people, they had rude workers, and that kind of ruins the service. And if it's your first time, it could ruin coming back, and it could also make you leave bad reviews. No good walk-ins, which is a problem because when you come to eat, you will want to just come and sit down, family, and have a good time, and not have to worry about when will you be able to eat. Now, some ways that I feel like you can combat that is with training some of our workers to make sure that they give hospital service, confirming your reservations so that there's no confusion and mix up of when you're supposed to be there and when you could leave. And another way is you can do reservations and walk-in days, so there'd also be no confusions. Now, when there's threats to other competitions, is some restaurants might have better parking than us. Other places may have big areas, which is unfortunate for this. And some restaurants may even get your online order correct, and that should not be happening. So when you get your food, you should be able to make sure that it's comfortably to what you like. In conclusion, we can see how much a restaurant is impacted by reviews, good and even bad reviews. And it is good for a restaurant to have great service so that other people will go back there again. And hopefully they can leave such a good and positive review and not a bad one, because we know leaving a bad review can leave also a bad taste for other people that will go there. As for our consulting group, this is our business card on the right with our email and our picture. And where everyone eats, where it's a great eats for everyone. And also to our right, we have a special takeaway item. Since this is a family friendly, what more could you get with the tote bag for you and the kids? It's nice and something simple for the family. To contact us, our email in the business card and a good website is www.everyoneeats.com. Thank you again.